again, welcome to the band's annual spring concert. And we're in the month of May. That's something to celebrate, right? We finally made it. So, I'm looking forward to having a great night tonight. I hope you are too. I hope you're ready to have some fun with us and enjoy listening to some good music. So tonight's concert, in many ways, is a continuation of this whole year's theme. The theme is the favorites, the best of the band, so to speak. So even in the fall, that was our marching band show was pretty much a collection of some of our best pieces, our best moments over the years. And that theme kind of continued on into the holiday concert as well. And then even tonight, I asked the kids after New Year, well, what are some of the songs you'd like to do? Maybe what are some of your favorites and the ones you really enjoyed the most? So the first half of the program tonight, everything you're about to hear, are songs that they picked. And I gotta say, they made some good choices. So I think you're in for a treat. We've certainly had a lot of fun preparing these again, and some might sound familiar to you. You've been coming to the concerts the last few years, but this is what they wanted to do, and certainly a way for me to thank them for all the hard work they put in for many years. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to start off with having a lot of fun together with a collection of Stevie Wonder's famous greatest hits. So we hope you enjoy. Sing along if you know it. Stevie Wonder. Okay, folks, next, moving on to a collection of movie themes here from film composer Danny Elfman. He's a contemporary modern film composer, wrote music for a lot of films you've seen, you've heard of. This particular arrangement is a medley of themes from the movies: Tales from the Crypt, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, and then Spider-Man. So this one's a lot of fun too. It makes you want to watch the movies, trust me. Here we go. This is music for a darkened theater. do too. I know tonight there's quite a few alumni in the audience. And now I know the alumni that are in the audience prior to, let's say, what is it, this year, 2025, probably around 2015. So if you're an alumni from around 2015 or earlier, you know that Mrs. Mengel and I were all about Disney World, right? Disney, 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 Mickey, Mickey, Mickey. That's all we wanted to do. Well, I gotta tell you, alumni, you might be surprised. Since roughly 2015 or so, we're less about the mouse now and more about the minion. So we love Universal Studios, right? We just love Universal. We still like Disney, of course, but we really discovered Universal Studios. We just love everything about it. Well, anyway, this next song, How to Train Your Dragon, you might have heard, they just opened a brand new park at Universal Studios. Their next big park is called Epic Universe. And I guess it's different lands and all that. One of the lands in Epic Universe here is How to Train Your Dragon. It's supposed to be absolutely amazing. I'm told there's actually a flying dragon. I don't know. I'm anxious to see it, but we're anxious to go visit this new park at some point. Maybe after someone retires, I don't know who that would be. But we're anxious to go see it. And I know the kids behind me don't know this. I haven't actually ever seen this movie. I really haven't. I've seen bits and pieces of it and snippets of it, but I really haven't seen it. I like the music, but I haven't seen the movie. So I promise I will. I'll have plenty of time very soon. And then we're going to go to Universal Studios. Does that sound good to you, Mrs. Mengel? Okay, very good. Here's How to Train Your Dragon. The kids in here just said, Mr. Mengel, really, come on, you never watched the movie? I told you I'll play it now. I will, I promise. Is there a part 2 to it, by the way? There is. There's 3 parts, I'm told. Okay, so I'm really behind the times. All right, we have one more song to play for this part of our concert tonight. And then after this, we're going to go ahead and bring the house lights up for just a few minutes, while we get all the kids off stage and get ready for our award ceremony next after this. But not to leave Walt Disney World out, the next one is a Disney song from a Disney movie, I should say, and it's one that we've enjoyed. It's pretty tough. It's some challenging music for sure, but it has a lot of great sound effects. And this is the Pirates of the Caribbean. And yes, I have seen this one.
announcing the seniors by last name in order as they appear in your program. Each senior has written a short biography about their experience over the past 4 years and their plans for the future. We will be announcing their names in sections as they come forward to receive their plaques. For their complete biographies, please refer to the back of your programs. Clarinet Section Leader, Juno Braun. Flute Section Senior, Julia Gold. Color Guard Section Senior, Ava Byers. Flute Section Senior and Section Leader, Rebecca Campagna. Flute Section Senior, Isabella Cotone. Trombone Section Senior, Chris Zarnicki. Trumpet Section Senior, Max Dorward. Jazz Band Rhythm Section Senior, Andrew Dibbicks. French Horn and Mellophone Section Senior, Peyton Lee. Percussion Section Senior, Tyson Gertie. Saxophone Section Senior and Section Leader, Gabe Gonzalez. Color Guard Section Senior, Lily Gonzalez. Who's also running our lights tonight. Percussion Section Senior, Evelyn Gore. Color Guard Section Senior, Kylie Hamilton. Trumpet Section Senior, Head Section Leader and Band President, Bryn Hayes. Percussion Section Senior and Senior Representative, Brenna Porter. Trumpet Section Senior and German exchange student, Zoe Consobu. Color Guard Section Senior, Rachel Clem. Color Guard Section Senior, Samantha Kolsicki. Saxophone Section and Jazz Band Rhythm Section Senior, Jesse Lasmanis. senior Emily Leffler. Flute section senior and band treasurer Kai Ludwig. Clarinet section senior, section leader, and band secretary Kendall Lujan. Color guard section senior and section leader Kelly Mackerlane. Color guard section senior Naomi Mendenhall. Percussion section senior Kira Meyer. Percussion section senior, section leader, and band vice president Adam Muma. Color guards and flute section senior and section leader Sabrina Nichols. Percussion section senior and drum major Tom Peterson. Flute section senior and section leader Ella Phillips. Clarinet section senior and concertmaster Grace Putnam. Color guard section senior Sarah Quigley. Clarinet section senior Brooke Raydell. Trumpet section senior Olivia Rogers. Clarinet section senior Morgan Roth. Saxophone section senior Ian Roth. Mallet section senior and Brazilian exchange student Gabriela de Almeida Salvador. Trombone section senior Joey Sebastianelli. Saxophone and percussion section senior and section leader Austin Springs. French horn and mellophone section senior and section leader, Mia Stanton. Trombone section senior and section leader, Alex Wood. Saxophone section senior and section leader, Oscar Woodgate. Saxophone section senior and section leader, Josh Warwitz. Flute section senior, and flute section senior, Cody Zhang. While they're getting situated, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and privilege to present to you the Owen J. Roberts Senior Class of 2025.
Photo opportunity here, and then I'm going to have the seniors sit again. 10 seconds. All right, thank you everybody. Seniors, thank you very much. You can go ahead and have a seat. We're going to start our special award. Folks, as the seniors are getting resituated here, we're going to start our special awards. There are a lot of them tonight. We're actually going to start the award portion here with a very special award given by our Music Parents Organization. This is the Dave and Kelly McGrath Award. Now, Dave and Kelly McGrath were former band parents who were incredibly supportive of our band year after year while their children were members, and who represented the very ideals that our Music Parent Organization is founded on. This year, our MPO has chosen 3 sets of parents of graduating seniors who, for many years, have gone way above and beyond, time after time, to assist our band in areas of need. These individuals reflect the spirit of the Dave and Kelly McGrath Award and will be missed greatly. On behalf of our Music Parent Organization, it is my honor to ask the following individuals to please come forward to accept the MPO's Dave and Kelly McGrath Award. They are Joe and Cheryl Warvitz, Tilo and Deborah Spranger, and Todd and Devin Byers. couple of our graduating seniors. We'll start with the Music Parent Organization Scholarship, and here to present it this evening is Mrs. Kristen Hyde.
Hi everyone. All right, I'm here to present the MPO Scholarship Award. This award is presented to a graduating senior who has participated in any of the Owen J Roberts band programs, including concert, marching band, jazz band, and indoor drum. This is the senior who will attend an accredited college or university in the fall and will continue to participate in music during their college career. So the committee had an impossible task, and I'm sure that every year's committee feels this way, to choose a recipient of this award from among all of the wonderful applications received. Students were asked to write an essay about how the band program has enhanced their development. I think I can speak for the whole committee when I say that we really felt honored to read such heartfelt stories that gave us just a glimpse into how this band program has impacted and shaped their lives over the last 4 years. In some of the words of our applicants, I realized on this journey I developed skills like goal setting, focus, and hard work. Another, I finally found a group of people that I connected with. And then another, the unwavering support and guidance have empowered me to embrace my true self and lead my life with compassion and determination while allowing my inner sparkle to shine through. So, we are pleased to announce that we have 2 recipients this year, and they will each receive a $1,000 scholarship from the MPO. The awards this year are presented to Kelly McErlane and Tom Pearson.
Next, we have the Richard and Elizabeth Wells Instrumental Music Scholarship. Mr. Wells is here this evening as he makes his way up. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Richard Wells was the former director of bands here at Owen J. Roberts High School from 1961 to 1968. He and his wife, Elizabeth, have established a scholarship for senior members of our band program who intend to continue participation in instrumental music in a college or university after high school. To be considered, students must complete a written application along with an essay describing their experiences as part of the music program here at OJR, along with their plans to continue participating in music beyond high school. And Mr. Wells, would you like to say a few words about your scholarship? It's an honor to have you here this evening.
What a great night this has been to hear the music of this concert band that performed those musical selections from the many motion pictures. I want to congratulate them on the musicianship that they did in performing those compositions. They are very difficult compositions, as you know, and you did an excellent job in your performance tonight. So my congratulations to you, and continue your fine work, not only in whatever you're going to do, but keeping music alive. Mr. Mengel, I want to congratulate you as you continue on your way of retiring in music, and I want to thank you for the fine contributions you gave to the bands here at Owen J. Roberts. It's always a great pleasure for me to be in a community where great music is happening. And it only happens because you have a great director and leader who provides the great musicianship, the great relationship with you as students, as individuals, and not only in your music, but in your other ways of life. So on behalf of my wife, Betsy, myself, Congratulations, Mr. Mengel, for all you have done. This time he will announce the scholarship winners, and they will each receive $2,000 towards the college that they will attend.
There were 7 outstanding applicants for Richard and Elizabeth Scholarship, and he's very generous. He and his wife are both very generous every year, and he's awarding the scholarship to all 7 of them. So congratulations. Alex Wood, Brenna Horger, Bryn Hayes, Ian Roth, Kai Ludwig, Max Dorward, and Tyson Gertie. Pennsylvania Music Educators Association sponsors music festivals at the district, regional, and all state level each year. Students must complete an audition in the fall in order to qualify for the first level district band. And this year we had 4 of our band members audition and qualify for PMEA district band. Please come forward. They are Soham Bandiopadhyay, Aaliyah Booth Genty, Cassandra Stand-Even, and Allison Fernandez. Our district band. The students then re-audition in order to perhaps make it to the next level, which is regional band. And yes, one of them, if you guess who, made it to regional band. Someone made don't go anywhere, because the 3rd and final level is a very prestigious Pennsylvania All-State Band, and yes, he made it. As well as being leaders of the band in many other ways. They all exemplify the qualities of leadership, dedication, responsibility, and enthusiasm, not to mention also being really terrific conductors. I'd like to present our drum majors with a token of my appreciation for a job very well done, and a very special thank you for making our band the best it can be. Congratulations and thanks to Tom Peterson, Sydney Boder, and Melanie Sauter. Ladies and gentlemen, our drum major. Mention Music is our music supplier to the OJR School District and sponsors an award each year. This year, I'm presenting the Mention Music Award to two seniors who've been outstanding leaders and role models in the band for the past 4 years. They both work hard and do so much behind the scenes. They have both been a positive role model for others, and they can always be counted on to contribute to the goals of our band in a positive way. It is with great pleasure that I present this year's Mention Music Award to Kai Ludwig and Adam Mumma. I'd like to present a very special Director's Award to a senior who has truly gone above and beyond over the past 4 years. Although she is a quiet leader, she regularly works hard to get things done behind the scenes and is an exemplary role model for others. She has done so much to help me personally with administrative tasks like organizing, filing, photocopying, etc. Basically the things that nobody else wants to do. She's always been extremely dedicated and devoted to the band, and I would like to thank her for all that she's done for all of us. Please join me in thanking Kendall Lujan. And next we move on to the two most prestigious awards that a band director can give: the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award and the John Philip Sousa Band Award. We'll start with the Louis Armstrong Award. This award consists of a certificate, a trophy, and a pin with the recipient's name engraved on a plaque which will hang in the band room indefinitely. The certificate reads, "In recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz, as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity." This year I'm presenting the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award to a senior in our jazz band who has devoted his time, his energy, his enthusiasm to the group. This senior is an incredibly talented musician, an outstanding soloist, a lead player in every way. He routinely sets the tone of excellence in rehearsals and performances and has a very musical future ahead of him. It's my pleasure to award this year's Louis Armstrong Jazz Award to Austin Spranger. Finally, we come to the John Philip Sousa Band Award. This award also consists of a certificate, pin, and an engraved plaque in our band room. The Sousa certificate reads, "In recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires." This year I'm presenting the John Philip Sousa Award to an incredibly deserving senior in the band. For the past 4 years, she has routinely demonstrated a level of loyalty and devotion that has been unwavering and that rises way above the norm. She has been 100% dedicated, 100% committed, and always looks for ways to pitch in and help when needed. This type of attitude, initiative, and dedication is what the John Philip Sousa Award is all about. For all of those reasons and more, it's my honor to present this year's John Philip Sousa Award to Bryn Hayes. Well, folks, indulge me here for a bit, since this is my final concert at Owen J. Roberts, and there are some remarks I would like to make, and some people I would like to recognize and thank. Being the band director at Owen J. Roberts has been the honor of a lifetime for me, and I'm extremely proud of all the accomplishments of the band program over the past 31 years. But being a high school band director is not, and never has been, a one-man show. I and all of my bands over the years could not have accomplished what we did, and we wouldn't be where we are today without the help and support of so many groups of people. First, I would like to thank all of the present and former OJR administrators, school board members, staff members, teachers, and community members for their enthusiastic support of the music program here at Owen J. Roberts. When I started this position in 1994, it quickly became apparent to me that this was a school community that valued and was deeply proud of its music program. That unwavering support can be felt week after week at football games, concerts, fundraisers, and other events. And my sincere thanks to all of you for everything you continue to do to support music in our schools here at OJR. Next, I'd like to thank all of the present and former music teachers that I have worked with here at OJR. To say that I have worked with a talented and diverse group of dedicated music teachers and directors would be an understatement. The success of any upper-level high school music program depends on a strong foundation being built at the lower levels, elementary and middle school, which then continue through the high school level. We are so fortunate to have hardworking and devoted music teachers across our entire music department here at Owen J. Roberts. Thank you to my fellow and to all of my former music teachers and colleagues. Next, I'd like to thank all of our present and former OJR band parents, the MPO. When I first started this position at OJR, I didn't know what the letters MPO stood for. I quickly found out, however, as I was welcomed to the OJR music family by the kindest, proudest, and most active and supportive group of music parents any school could ask for. Our band parents here at OJR have done so much over the years for our band, our students, and for me personally. The successes, accomplishments, and achievements of the band would simply not exist without the strong support of our amazing band parents. Once again, a sincere thank you to all you have done and for all that you continue to do to support the students and the program here at OJR. Next, I would like to thank all of my present and former marching band staff members and instructors who have assisted me over the years with the marching band program. This list includes assistant directors, show designers, percussion instructors, color guard instructors, marching instructors, brass and woodwind instructors, etc. Running a marching band program requires a lot of help and assistance, and over the past 31 years, our students have had the opportunity to work with so many talented and dedicated people who have graciously given their time and energy to make our band the best it can be. To my current staff, and to everyone out there who was a part of any of my former staffs, thank you. Thank you. Next, I would like to thank all of my present and former students who have always been the heart and soul of the OJR band. Everyone knows that music kids are the best. And I have been the luckiest teacher at OJR because I got to work with the best students in this school each and every day. I have so many great memories, so many fun memories, and yes, some interesting memories, of all the things we were able to do over the years between band trips, performances, football games, parades, cavalcades, and even just the day-to-day rehearsals. Sometimes it's simply hanging out together in the band room and talking to each other. Band members, alumni, I'm proud of all of you. I hope that we were able to create some terrific memories and experiences for all of you over the years, and that's always been the goal. Next, there is an individual need to thank. This is an individual I had the pleasure of meeting and welcoming onto my staff about 15 years ago as my assistant marching band director and show designer. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Jeff Oxenford. Jeff came onto my team at a time in my own career when I was dealing with some medical issues, and I needed a bit of assistance and rejuvenation. And bringing Jeff on board with our band was the best decision I ever made. He brought new and fresh ideas to our band. He designed and wrote some of our best marching band shows ever, and he is tireless in his level of commitment and dedication to the kids and to our program. Now, I know Jeff doesn't like this kind of attention on himself, but at this time, I would like to present Jeff with a plaque to honor him and to thank him for all he's done for our band and for me personally. Jeff, would you come forward? On the left and on the right is a dedication I'll read to you. Dedication of Jeff Oxenford, Assistant Marching Band Director and Show Designer, Owen J. Roberts High School, 2010 to 2025. Thank you for your dedication and faithful years of service to the Owen J. Roberts High School Band, signed by me and signed by Richard Wells, our former director and Jeff's director of band at Kutztown University. So Jeff, thank you for everything. Finally, I need to thank the most important person of all. This is a person without which I'm not sure I'd be standing here tonight. This is a person who supported and helped me every single day, every single year, for the past 31 years. She's been with me through all of the events, all of the concerts. That's been a lot of them. All of the football games, about 400. That's true. All of the cavalcades, all of the parades, all of the overnight and out-of-state band trips. She's been with me through the highs, and yes, even through some of the occasional lows. Her hard work, dedication, passion, and commitment to me, to our band, and to our amazing OJR color guard could never be overstated. I'm sure you can guess by now. In addition to being our amazing color guard instructor, she was also the voice of the Wildcat Marching Band for most of my career. I couldn't imagine assembling the marching band in the end zone before a show and bringing my band onto the field each and every week without her always enthusiastic introduction. I'm going to try it, but I'm not going to get it right. Here goes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen! I think I speak for everyone when I say that is a voice that will be missed here in Wildcat Stadium. You know, though, hon, if there is one good thing about my wife and I ending all of this together, it's that maybe our basement at home will finally stop looking like a color guard workshop, and we'll stop tripping over flagpoles and rifles. I will never be able to say or do enough to thank my amazing wife, Stephanie, for all that she has done. And for me personally, thank you for your love and support. I couldn't have done it without you, and I'm looking forward to writing the next chapter together. Thank you.
difficult to go over that one. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jan Huggins. Some of you parents in there might know me from way back when. When Todd Mengel came to Owen J 30 years ago, there were 4 music teachers who worked with him from day one. Carol Sterner was doing elementary band. Unfortunately, Carol could not be with us tonight. Ralph Roberts did middle school, there he is, did middle school and senior high school orchestra and also elementary band. Cheryl Markowski over there, she did middle school chorus and she was department chair. And myself. With him being a new teacher, we welcomed him and helped him as much as we could. He was like a brand new teacher and we had already been here almost 10 years when he came. As you can see, he has done an awesome, awesome job. The 4 of us who used to teach here at Owen J have moved on. And just before I retired, I said to Todd, I have made 29 years as a middle school band director and the high school assistant director and the band front coordinator. I dared him to beat me, and guess what? We have a certificate to give to Todd, and this is what it says. To Todd Mengel, Certificate of Admission to the OJR Retired Music Teachers Club. Here we go.
This is the certificate I will proudly display. I'm looking forward to it. All right, everybody, that's it for our award portion, and now we're going to bring the house lights back up in just a few minutes. The jazz band's going to get set, and we're going to have some fun. All right, Well, folks, some of you may remember 2 years ago, we had the honor and the privilege of opening for the world-famous Glenn Miller Orchestra at the historic Sunnybrook Ballroom in Potsdam. It was a tremendous honor and a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Well, I guess we did a good enough job because next week, 1 week from tonight, next Thursday night, May 8th, we are opening for the other world-famous Tommy Dorsey Orchestra at Sunnybrook. So, I wanted to mention that. I wanted to invite all of you to attend. The tickets are on sale now through Sunnybrook's website. But because we're associating now with Tommy Dorsey, we're going to play one of his famous tunes. And this is called I'm Getting Sentimental Over You. Now, even though Tommy Dorsey, of course, was a wonderful trombone player, this particular arrangement is a lighter arrangement, kind of featuring the sax section, and then Jeremy Hyde has a really nice solo with the flugelhorn as well. But this is one of Tommy Dorsey's most famous songs, and we hope to see you 1 week from tonight at Sunnybrook as we open for Tommy Dorsey. They're going to do a show after us, and then we're going to do a joint song together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. Here's I'm Getting Sentimental Over You. wanted to make sure we acknowledge also our wonderful piano player, Jasmine Kenzie. Kenzie, ladies and gentlemen, she does such a nice job. All right, we're so fortunate to have some talented vocalists every year with us. And here tonight, we're going to welcome the first of them onto our stage. And here she is to sing the very famous ballad, At Last. Please join me in welcoming Caroline Locust. bring out the second of our two terrific vocalists, and she's here to sing A Natural Woman. Please join me in welcoming junior Cecily Boone to our stage.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life is so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural love. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till you just helped me name it. I'm alone, doubtful, you are a little more. If I make you happy, I'll leave you more. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural love. Oh, baby, what you've done to me, you make me feel so good inside. Yeah, I just wanna be close to you. Now you make me feel so alive. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural love. Oh, you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural love. It makes me feel like that, like a natural woman.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last song of the jazz band this evening, and in order to start this here, I need to welcome and introduce you to a very, very special guest. And this is very special to me. When I first started at Owen J. Roberts, and one of the songs I used to start the jazz band program back up at the time in 1994 was the song you're about to hear. And I invited one of my alumni back to help me this evening. And this is John Hedrick, and John was in the class of 1998, which means this was the first class that I had all 4 years here at Owen J. Roberts. John quickly became an amazing saxophone player by his senior year, but the real notable thing about John is that he was my first student ever to graduate from high school and enter the military for music. So he joined the Army music program and traveled around the world, and was able to obtain his college degree in music, and he's now quite a professional performer. And he just recently retired from active duty. So first of all, John, thank you for your service. And I was able to contact John. I knew we were going to do this song, and for me, this was I started my career with the jazz band with this, and now I'm ending it with this song, and with John coming back as well. So it's a very special night, and we're going to feature John as well as our first lead tenor player, Austin Spranger. And I think you're going to enjoy this one. This is Fudge, Said the Judge.
Measures 79, 83, 82. 79, 82, right? Any questions on that? 79, 82 will repeat. Okay? 6 times through the soul. There we go, guys. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1.
the best is yet to come, folks. So, Township Band, back on stage, please. Let's bring up the household.
I'm gonna tell a joke while we're waiting. I've had several votes across this or something. All right, ready? Knock knock. Who's there? Ash. God bless you. But that's my only joke. So.
That was really good.
Folks, the intention was for you to get the same effect on both screens. That's not going to happen. You just need to watch over there for me. Just watch over there, okay? All right.
Surprise! So, I think I speak for everybody, starting with thank you for these past, specifically for me, these past 4 years, and for all of your alumni, the past 30 years that you have taught. It's just a little piece of our appreciation to you, and we just want to thank you for everything, and we just give all your thanks to the seniors, and we really mean it when we say thank you for everything you've done, Mr. Mengel. It's a tie, and the image was the logo of our cavalcade, right? The 30-year legacy cavalcade. A t-shirt, retirement is music to my ears. Yes, oh my goodness. It's a very nice card with a Visa gift card, saving for a trip. Oh. This is for, like, a little trip for Mrs. Mengel and I. Wow!
but the special thing about this is we put together a photo collection of all the band's trips to Disney World starting from 1996. So this is a collection of memories and special moments from the OJR band in Walt Disney World for seven times we went. 96, 2000, 2024, 28, or I don't know, my math is off, but you get the point. So here we go. Just watch over here. Sorry for the folks over here, but try to watch over here. Here's Disney at the movies. And 1, 2, 3. do want to thank you for your patience, and I know it's a late night, but I think it's been a wonderful concert. The kids have done a great job, certainly a great memory for me. So thank you for being here before the band's last song, America the Beautiful. I do want to thank our MPO and Mrs. Kristen Trainer for our beautiful stage flowers. A round of applause for our MPO flowers. And our stage crew this evening. They work so hard and they get very little credit, but I do want to thank our stage crew members and their advisors, Lydia Clementis and Jeremy Fox. Thank you, stage crew. And this is a tradition I started 31 years ago, and we're going to continue it here. And that's ending the concert with America the Beautiful.